What are the top hottest, latest SEO news and updates? Here are the most popular ones straight from the latest edition of SEO FOMO. Pretty much you're too long didn't read SEO FOMO. Let's go through them. The first one this week, this very insightful article from Mary Haynes, Understanding the December 2024 Core and Spam Updates. And I have to say that it is not a surprise. Mary, as usual, goes through what is going on, what she thinks might be behind all of these latest updates, when this happened, provides ways also to establish trends, establish patterns, and gives also very actionable tips to analyze and go through the data to identify if your website was actually affected by these updates or not. You should definitely go through it if you think that you might have been affected, if you have seen that your rankings have negatively shifted in December. And a resource that is actually very aligned to this is the one that I included also in the latest SEO FOMO, which is an update of the latest Google ranking shift dashboard from Looker Studio, completely free dashboard that you can use by connecting to your Google Search Console. And it will provide you a very easy to understand and to go through the latest 30 days performance and comparing it with the period before and the year before to establish patterns between the different shifts in rankings at a query and at a top pages perspective to facilitate this analysis. So go and take a look at it too. And before going to the second most popular article from the latest SEO FOMO, I want to thank today's sponsor, Similarweb. It's a digital intelligence platform in case you somehow doesn't know it yet, that gives you insights about your competitors, markets, industries, and audiences across all of the different channels, not only organic search. Head to similarweb.com to take a look at it. I have had the chance to have access to it since a while back. And I don't know if you have seen the analysis that I have done of losers or winners and the top website attracting actual traffic, not necessarily just getting more visibility in search, but actually attracting clicks from the SERPs. Very useful and actionable. So go and take a look at it. Now, let's go to the second most popular article of the week. Why I wouldn't start affiliate marketing in 2025 and what I will do instead. So this is an article from Joshua Harwood from Ahrefs in which he goes through the reason of why he wouldn't start not an affiliate program for his brand, but an affiliate website as a publication. And unfortunately, it's not as easy anymore. Joshua goes through a few of the reasons. First, Google will rather rank Reddit than you for user-generated content and first-hand experience. People are also starting to lose trust in Google and search and start looking into other places. Well, Google might argue that this is happening because of they were actually ranking a lot of affiliate related content that were not necessarily accurately providing insights about the products or services, but they were very commercially focused. That is the other side of the coin. But realistically, a lot of the other platforms that users are now using, social platforms like TikTok, Instagram, for example, YouTube, they are full of influencers or channels that are incentivized by affiliates too. So there's definitely that. Google is also giving more and more traffic to big players, not independent publishers. Unfortunately, I interviewed last year Danny Sullivan, and he mentioned that what they want is to give visibility to brands, right? Whether smaller or big companies, entities, products, players that are actually focused on and have a real, let's say, passion and expertise around a particular topic. They are not necessarily yet there, obviously, but in the reality and the whole purpose behind this is giving visibility to brands. So unless you are ready to develop a brand from scratch, it is obviously becoming more challenging. And finally, the other reason that Joshua mentioned was that Google could use AI to recommend products in the SERPs too, and this is a trend that we are seeing, unfortunately. And what he will do instead, and for this he quoted Matt Digity, providing advice to SEO entrepreneurs, saying that if you're coming from affiliate, it's the moment to switch, to start doing e-commerce. I will highly advise you to take a look at the article. Joshua is, I agree with him, he's spot on his analysis. And I have to say something. If you do want to continue doing affiliate, I will highly recommend you to focus on developing a brand, which is something that whether you're in affiliate or not, I would highly, highly recommend you to do anyway. And for that, actually, a week ago in the previous edition of SEO FOMO, I share a couple of useful resources. On one hand, there's a free Looker Studio dashboard in order to understand your brand versus non-branded performance of your current website, to understand like what is the share of your branded traffic so far, what are the queries that are bringing this traffic, how you are performing for them, to start identifying those queries that you need to satisfy if not. And then on the other hand, I have recently created this SEO for brand recognition and visibility in learningseo.io, where I have aggregated useful resources from many SEOs providing advice in order to establish your brand, your entity, to make it a recognizable entity by Google, starting with implementing structured data, for example. So Google can start better understanding what your website is about, and you have better and more chances to rank not only in Google. And the last most popular resource of the week, the third one of SEO FOMO, has been search engine journal Roger Monti's coverage from Googler's conversation regarding if SEO is on a dying path because of AI in search, right? So this was a conversation from Search Off the Record, the Google podcast, in which John asked, so do you think AI will replace SEO? Is SEO on a dying path? And Gary mentioned, and this is pretty much also my experience, that he have been hearing since 2001 that SEO is on a dying path already. And then a conversation between Lizzie and John Mueller mentioning how many of the SEO best practices when optimizing the information of websites is actually very well aligned and connected with retrieval augmented generation that is being used by LLMs. And they go into this topic more and more. So I highly, highly advise that you take a look at it. Interesting enough, also, it is Roger who, at the end of the day, also mentioned something that is true. It's not necessarily that SEO might be on a dying path, but whether publishing itself is in decline because of AI on both the backend and the front of Google search box, and Gemini apps might not necessarily get the same visibility than before. So yeah, he's correct. And regarding this particular topic, I actually share, as you can see here, like a week ago in LinkedIn, how organic search as a channel across many countries, including the US, as I'm showing here on screen in the screenshot, actually grew year over year, right? So, it's not dying. Go and take a look at this very insightful article from Roger. And also, if you want to go ahead and, let's say, take the next step to start optimizing not only for Google, but beyond AI overviews, LLMs, and so on, there is also a resource that is relatively new that I recently updated to learningseo.io about Google AI overviews and LLMs optimization, aggregating a lot of different resources and guides that can help you to do that. Actually, one of these guides from also last week, SEO FOMO, and very popular among the top click ones, from Daniel K. Chung, discussing generative AI and SEO, how to optimize content for Google search and LLMs. So yeah, go and take a look at it. Very useful and actionable resource that is also very, very well explained. I hope that these top SEO news and resources are useful to start the week right away. And if you want more, go and take a look at the latest edition of SEO FOMO. If you haven't yet, subscribe to SEO FOMO. Just look for SEO FOMO newsletter in Google and subscribe completely for free. And if you actually want to keep up with the latest SEO trends in pretty much real time, go and take a look at the news.seofomo.com. This is a new SEO news aggregator from SEO FOMO that allows you not only to keep up with SEO in real time and submit your own resources, but also votes on other news and resources and comment on them. If you want to also ask questions, you can do it there too. Thank you very much again. Subscribe to not miss the next edition of the SEO FOMO to learn to read. Thank you again to Similarweb, our today's sponsor, and see you next week.